Hello, thank you World Ocean Forum for inviting ECOALF to take part in this wonderful summit. Before we talk about ECOALF, I would like to speak a little bit about the waste problem that is going around the world. There is approximately 500 million plastic bags that are being used each year. The problem is the lifespan. 80% have a lifespan below 30 minutes of useful life, if you think of going to the supermarket, coming back home and throwing it away. There's approximately 650,000 tons of discarded fishing nets that are being left on the bottom of the oceans. And unfortunately, historically, fishing nets are made of the best nylon in the world, 6.6 or 6.0, and fishermen use them for approximately 3 to 4 years. When they can't use them anymore, sometimes they're being lost in the ocean, and the problem is that they start to sink down, and when they sink down, they get stuck with a lot of marine animals, and they're left in the bottom of the oceans, and nobody's collecting it. The problem is that what we see is just very little. It's the big problem is what's at the bottom of the ocean. 75% of the trash is at the bottom of the ocean, and nobody is collecting this. For you to get an idea, when we talk about a crystal bottle floating and then sinking into the bottom of the ocean, it takes around 700 years to disappear. Plastic for 150 years, and cans 200 years. It's amazing how we as humans have changed our habits, and we're now taking the natural skin of the fruit to wrap it again in plastic. Why are we doing this, no? Unfortunately, there is over 200 million plastic bottles not being collected each year. And of course, the plastic islands that we've all heard. It started with 1, then with 2. Today we're talking about 7, which appear and disappear depending on the tides and in different parts of the ocean. This is an image of microplastics, which as you can see, because of the winds and the waves and the tides, the plastic becomes tiny, tiny, tiny microplastics that are then eaten by the fish. And the study tells us that about 1/3 of all the fish in the ocean already have plastic in their stomach, which then ends up in us when we eat this fish. So these are the horrible images that we're all seeing because of the damaging that we are doing by leaving this plastic in the ocean. And Ellen MacArthur Foundation, which is a huge reference for us, says that if we continue at this pace, by 2050 there will be more plastic than fish in the ocean. At ECOALF, we believe it's going to be much earlier. So we need to change our habits, and we need to change the way we're doing things. 90% of the plastic pollution in our oceans comes from just 10 rivers. So the problem doesn't happen at the beach. It actually comes from the cities and from the surroundings, which makes the river be compiling all this plastic and all this waste, which then goes out into the ocean. So the problem starts really with us living in the cities. This is an image of Sidon, 48 kilometers from Beirut. And for you to get an idea, it's a pile of waste. Every time the wind blows, the waste goes into the water. And the two men in the slide, they're actually not floating. They're standing on a pile of 2 kilometers of waste. This is happening on a daily basis. This is an image of Hawaii, a paradise island. This is taking place twice a month because of the tides. So act now. This is the reason why ECOALF exists. The fashion industry is the second most polluting industry in the world, and there's approximately 100 billion garments being produced each year. 73% of these garments end up in landfills, and 95% could have been reused or recycled, which is a huge opportunity for the industry. ECOALF started in 2009 with our president and founder Javier Goyeneche. He had a mission and a vision that was very, very clear. The vision was to stop using natural resources in a careless way to ensure those of the next generations. So the mission was to create the first generation of recycled fabrics with the same quality and design as the best non-recycled, and show that there is a way to do things differently. This was back in 2009 in Madrid, in Spain, and we faced two big challenges: the quality of the fabrics and the mindset of the people. They think that recycled products are second-hand or the quality is poor. So it was a three-year trip where he had to travel around the world and find alliances to find these high quality fabrics that today are made of recycled plastic bottles, recycled fishing nets, used tires, post-consumer coffee, post-industrial cotton, and wool. We have, I would say, we have made around 400 fabrics using all this waste and giving this waste a second life. When we think about the benefits of recycling plastic bottles, of course, there is a significant impact on the environment. There is less water consumption, energy consumption, as well as greenhouse emissions. And we're talking about a lifespan, giving plastic a second life and ensuring that has a lifespan of over 30 years. So quality in the products. Today we have recycled over 200 million plastic bottles so far, and we try to make very cool, timeless pieces for men, for women, for kids, footwear, accessories. Discarding, the benefits of discarded fishing nets, this is recycled nylon. And for you to get an idea, if we talk about virgin nylon, we're talking about 16 steps all the way until we get the yarn. When we talk about recycled nylon, we're cutting off 50% of the steps, only 7 steps to create the yarn and then turn it into this jacket. So there's a huge impact on natural resources consumption, a reduction, as well as greenhouse emissions, and of course, preventing marine pollution. Today, over 88% of our collection is vegan, and we work with high quality materials as well as processes. We just launched our yoga collection, and it's a seamless collection, ensuring that the water consumption as well as the fabric wastage is minimized, and there is 0 fabric wastage. Still, we keep the technical properties of stretchability, breathability, and comfort for this type of yoga practice in every garment. And the benefits of using recycled tires. Well, this is a beautiful project that we started in 2015. We launched in 2015. It took us 2 years of R&D and innovation, and we partnered with the Technological Center of La Rioja and Cygnus, the biggest tire space in Spain. And basically, the tire is very difficult to recycle because inside the tire there is a lot of different pieces and metals. So it was a long process, but we were able to turn it into a powder that we then blend to create the flip-flop. And what's amazing about this flip-flop is that we're not using any type of glue or cohesion, no? It's all done by heat. So we won several prizes because of the innovation and the R&D behind, and it was all done thanks to the collaboration of great partners to be able to develop this flip-flop. And coffee actually, we have a collaboration in Taiwan with 7-Eleven where they collect all the coffee, post-consume coffee every day, and it then goes through a process that it's separated from all these oils, and we transform it into a powder. The powder of this coffee is then blended into the recycled nylon jacket or the recycled polyester jacket, and it provides natural properties to the garment, like fast drying, odor control, UV protection. So it's a way to provide natural properties instead of having to use chemicals. Of course, recycled cotton is one of our biggest challenges at ECOALF and our biggest focuses. And this is mainly because of the water footprint. At ECOALF, we have we have two big objectives. One is to become commitments. One is to become net zero by 2030, so net zero brand. And the other one is that our water footprint is minimized with every single process and every single material that we use. Recycled cotton helps us because by doing a recycled cotton ECOALF sweatshirt, we save approximately 4,075 liters of water in each sweatshirt. So every season we try to improve the recycled cotton, and last season we were able to save over 40 million liters of water with this recycled cotton collection. It's a tough material. It's much harder or stronger than the regular organic cotton. Of course, when we use organic cotton, it's certified organic cotton. But when possible, we'd like to use recycled cotton because of this water footprint. And recycled nylon. This has been done for many years, and it's a fantastic fabric that has also water, a minimized water consumption. Now, Upcycling the Oceans, it's a special day about the oceans today, and we're talking about the oceans. And I think the most revolutionary project of ECOALF was Upcycling the Oceans. We started in 2015. Javier received a phone call from the fishermen who asked him to join him fishing and see the amount of waste there is in the water. So he went fishing with him, and he saw that every time they pull up the nets, there's this amount of waste, horrible, that is thrown back into the water. So then he started thinking that we should create a process, very simple, to collect this waste. So we started putting containers in the boats, bigger containers on the port, so every time they collect the waste, they put it in the small container of the boat, then in the ports, in the bigger container. Then we will separate the type of waste, and ECOALF will keep the plastic bottle, the PET, and the rest of the waste will go to its recycling facilities once it's been classified. For us, the recycled PET will then go into a quality control, flake transformation, pellets, spinning, yarn, and sweatshirts or sneakers, no? And this is a project that started with three fishermen in one port in Villajoyosa, in the south coast of the Mediterranean Sea, in Levante. And today we have the support and the collaboration of over 3,000 fishermen that have expanded throughout the whole Mediterranean coast of Spain, taking out over 600 tons of waste from the bottom of the ocean. We received a phone call from Thailand a year later, and we started to replicate Upcycling the Oceans in Thailand in 5 islands with the support of the fishermen as well as the scuba divers and the beach volunteers. In Thailand, we collaborate with the government of Thailand as well as PTTG tourism authorities. And today our big mission is to expand Upcycling the Oceans around the whole Mediterranean. We have started in Italy, in Greece, and we want to collect and clean the bottom of the ocean and then turn this plastic into a high quality yarn and into a garment, no? To be able to give this plastic a second life. And we would like to count with 10,000 fishermen for this amazing project. This is a video for you to have an idea of how it works and what the fishermen go through every day.
A strange and harmful species has colonized our oceans. Marine debris. Every year, more than 6 million tons of garbage is thrown into the sea, silently polluting every square meter of the ocean and killing even more marine species than climate change affects. If we continue polluting at this rate, the amount of debris in the ocean will duplicate in the next 10 years. We have to change the way we interact with nature and find solutions that ensure our planet's life expectancy. At ECOALF, we try to do things differently, which is the reason why we founded Upcycling the Oceans, a revolutionary project meant to be carried out also in other parts of the world. Its main goal? Collecting the trash that's destroying the Mediterranean Sea and turning it into top-quality thread. To do this, we're relying on years of intensive research and development, as well as the support of those that are more familiar with these waters, the fishermen of Levante. Together, we recover 1 ton of trash per day, giving plastic a second chance. Otherwise, it would continue to float in the ocean for an unimaginable amount of years, destroying our ecosystem. There is too much at stake to continue to stand by and do nothing about it. This is the reason why we created the ECOALF Foundation. Apart from cleaning marine debris, we also raise public awareness on the abuse of natural resources. We can't keep on living on this planet as if we had another one to go to.
And this is a video of the process for you to see. The recycling process. So the latest ocean waste product that we've developed is this ocean waste sneaker. It's made with an innovative knit design, which is at the top of the sneaker, that has approximately 5 plastic bottles collected from the bottom of the ocean. And then there is innovation and technology on the outer sole as well, which is made with algae. It's a type of algae that grows in the lakes. It's an excess algae, so by removing it from the lakes, it helps us to balance the ecosystem. We've just received the latest life cycle assessment from ENG, and it's telling us that our ocean waste sneaker is giving off approximately 4.51 carbon emissions, when the average that MIT states for a sneaker is around 12.6. So every season we continue to work to reduce these carbon emissions, but it's already significantly lower than the industry. Regarding this fall-winter 20 collection, we have implemented a new technology in our jackets, caps, backpacks and sneakers, which helps to clean the air. It's called Puretti. They've worked with NASA, and basically it does two things. One is it kills virus and bacteria up to 99.9%, and the other one is that it purifies the air. It's an invisible coating on the jackets and on the products, and it works with a photocatalytic treatment thanks to the solar energy. Puretti is also part of the ISK project, which is part of the projects that are helping to combat air pollution across Europe. And of course, transparency and traceability, this is key for us as a company, but also for the consumer to understand what does a recycled polyester jacket mean. So we've implemented this technology in our website so the consumer can track and can trace where the garment is coming from and what's the impact on the planet, on the people, and the certifications behind. So they will understand the impact and who's behind this garment, no? And for us, it helps us to measure the impact every season to ensure that we minimize it and we continue to use the less amount of natural resources. Collaborations have always been very important for us since the beginning, because it helps us to bring together different industries and accelerate in the sustainable world, no? And minimize the amount of natural resources consumption. So we've done some with Goop, with Apple. In terms of presence, we are a Spanish-based company, but we are globally present and we're internationally expanding. Currently, we have a store in Madrid, our flagship store, Barcelona, Malaga, and Berlin, and a few stores in Tokyo. We have around 1,500 multi-brand stores across Europe, the US, and Asia. And of course, we have our ECOALF website. We are a BCorp corporation since 2018. We were the first Spanish fashion brand to become BCorp certified. And this is an honor for us because it recognizes companies that are better for the world, that are the best for the world. And of course, we have our global recycle standard across the different categories. And to finish, I wanted to share with you the community and the Because There Is No Planet B movement. We've been receiving these amazing images with our claim, and it doesn't matter where you are, where you live, if you're in the ocean, if you're in the city, we all have one planet, we all have different voices, but we have one goal, and it's to protect the planet. So together we can make the change. We need to be part of the change and start to think of different ways on how to find a balance between our needs and the planet's health. Thank you very much for inviting us.
Yeah.